Hey everybody, it's Catherine with Colorado Yard Care. You know, March is a crazy month along Colorado's Front Range. We just never know what to expect from the weather. We might be having a snowstorm, it might be really windy, or it might even be tank top weather. But one thing we know for sure is that March is a month of change. That being said, it's really important to take care of 4 things in your Colorado landscape during the month of March. Here they are. The first thing is to winter water. The absolute most important priority is to winter water your lawn, your trees, and your landscape plants. It's been a long winter. We've had very little moisture and the soil is dry. At the same time, we've had some really warm days. And that warm weather causes the plants to start forming new roots for the growing season. Plants need moisture in the soil in order to form long, healthy roots. So if you do nothing else, get out your hose and your sprinkler and water your lawn, your trees, and your landscape plants. Number 2, finish your spring cleanup. March is the best month to finish cutting back your ornamental grasses as well as your perennial flowers. It's important to remove last year's stems and leaves that will never green up again before the new green growth of this year gets too big. So now is the time to make a serious effort and get all of your grasses and your perennials cut back. Number 3, prune your shrubs. March is a great month for pruning. Now keep in mind that not every shrub needs to be pruned every year, but if you are going to prune, March is a great time to do it. One of the reasons why is because the leaves haven't come out yet, and so you can really see which branches need to be cut. Also, it's a really good time of year because we're out of that really cold weather that happens in December and January and February. And that cold weather, if you prune and then we get a cold snap, that can damage your branches. But in March, we usually don't have that. Also keep in mind that I'm a big advocate of pruning individual branches rather than hedging. Hedging just doesn't really work that well in Colorado. We don't have the climate that produces all the quick growth that makes shrubs tolerate pruning really well. So instead, the best approach is to make smart thinning cuts, which I demonstrate in another video, and I'll put the link to that one at the end of this one. Number 4, apply weed preventer. If you've got areas with decorative gravel or rock mulch in your yard, early March is a great target date to get your weed preventer down. It's a way to save yourself hours of weeding later this summer. Now keep in mind that this is only necessary if you've had a problem with annual weeds like spotted spurge or purslane in those areas. So if you put down the weed preventer, what it does is it creates an environment in the soil that kills the small weed seedlings right after they germinate. Now, weed preventer comes in 2 different formulations. You can either choose a chemical-based product like Prune, or you can choose corn gluten meal, which is more of an organic product. There's more information on my website, coloradoyardcare.com, if you'd like to learn more. Just go to the articles section and look for the article entitled How to Prevent Weeds in Rock Mulch. So now that we've talked about the 4 things that you need to do during the month of March, let's talk about 2 things to avoid doing. Number 1, don't turn on your sprinkler system. It can be really tempting to fire up your sprinkler system to get some water on your landscape, but don't do that. It's very common for us to get late spring snowstorms in March and even into early April. And if we get a cold snap and your sprinkler system is fully charged with water, it's very likely that you'll get freeze damage. And trust me, freeze damage, it's annoying and it's very expensive to replace. So a better approach is to use your hose and your sprinkler to water your landscape instead. Just be sure to disconnect your hose from the spigot after you're done so that you don't get freeze damage in your spigot. Number 2, don't fertilize your lawn. I know that all the home improvement stores, they start putting the lawn fertilizer right by the front door during the month of March. It's okay to buy it, but just don't put it on your lawn quite yet. Here's the reason why. March is the month when your lawn is growing new roots. And if you fertilize too early, your lawn will stop growing roots and start growing a lot of leaves. And we don't want our lawns to do that, because the new roots that they form in the spring will support them during the hot, dry months of June, July, and August. So let your lawn focus on growing long, deep roots right now. It's okay to water it, but just don't fertilize it quite yet. So to review, here are the 4 things that you need to do for your Colorado landscape during the month of March. Number 1, winter water your lawn, your trees, and your landscape plants. Number 2, finish your spring cleanup. Number 3, prune any shrubs that might need it. And number 4, apply your weed preventer in your decorative gravel or rock mulch areas. Also, don't turn on your sprinkler system just yet, and don't fertilize your lawn. We'll have to tackle those things later this spring. So enjoy this crazy month of March, and I will see you again in the next video.